Welcome back to American Life Farming. So it's time to get into what we need to do for our field that we said we would call it our sort of special field type of thing, where we would do different type of crops. So the first crop would be our forestry. Okay, so what I have done, as is probably very clear, I have updated the map to the new update. So this is why we're replanting the trees that I planted in the, well, I've already planted this once, and I did one row next to the road and one road next to the train track. Unfortunately, while I was setting up everything that we had, I forgot about the worker that was doing the trees, so he planted 3 rows over next to the road, and now he's planting. Let's get rid of him while we. Now he was planting whatever he had left over on next to the track, which, as you can see, he only made it just up ahead over here. Wasn't my intention to do as many trees as what I did, but hey, such is life. I believe the last episode that I pointed out, I had 577,000, and we had quite a bit of bales and crop where we sold, so we made it I believe into the high 600s, somewhere there from memory. Obviously, as you guys probably are aware, and I'm sure you're aware of this, with the new update, you have to start a whole new map. So a whole new game. Sorry, a whole new map. What is that? So because of that, I've restarted everything. I did my best to reset everything up as it was, well, as close as I could remember off memory of what it was. I mean, it wouldn't have been too hard for me to look in the video, in the last video that I posted, but I thought, you know what, close enough is good enough type of thing. So as you can see, we have just under $500,000, but we do have a almost $400,000 loan, I believe. So we do have quite a decent loan that we need to pay off. Our fields, even though the field here was the field number 34, it was planted originally, but I haven't had a chance to replant that, so I will set that up on a tractor in a minute to get it all replanted. I could have just added the crop in, but I thought, you know what, it's alright. We would have had to do that anyway, so that's what's going to happen. So before we go any further, obviously this sprayer that I've got right here is one of our new machinery. I have bought some new machinery. This is why we've got quite a bit of, well, we don't have as much money as what we had before. So I will show you the machinery that we got, which is new. I changed very little. I changed the setting and how we're going to have all this. So let's just open this. There shouldn't be anything in here. Nope. We still haven't as yet got our combine. So that is one of the things that we haven't as yet got ourselves into buying. So the tractors are the same. I haven't changed the tractors at all. So we still have the 3 tractors, 2 case. Why are you climbing onto the wall? That's because that's the... okay, that's because that's the way I'm driving, obviously. Okay, so we still have our 3 tractors over here. Our trailer, bale trailer has changed. And, oops, let's back off. We got this case planter. We still have the same baler. And I got this. I never actually used it. Not really familiar with how it works. I'm assuming that it's a way where you get 3 bales on top of each other type of thing. So I'm curious to use that. We updated this to the biggest one, and we got this 2 new trucks. They're part of a pack, of a mod pack for fertilization. They're $40-something thousand each. So I thought, you know what, let's just get them. And we've added this over here as well. I'm going to, I might as well do that now before I forget. Change these things around a little bit here. So let's get ourselves to, I'm trying to remember which one it was now. Don't think it was that one. Don't think it was that one. Was it this one? Yep. Okay, so let's just sort of fix this up a little bit. Now I don't want it to be, you know, because it is supposedly a house. And let's get ourselves on the other side of this house. So we will try and not destroy this tree over here. Whoa, that's a bit. So let's have a look on how this one goes. Yep, that's about right. And that way it gives us a bit of an access. Looks like we got some rain coming up, which is alright. Okay, so that gives us a bit of an access to our new silo. I am going to use those as well. I like these particular silos because they have, you can put everything in them, and that's one of the things that I like. But I'm going to pretend that that's just where we put like fertilization and manure and stuff like that. And this is where we put our grain. And I just realized that I haven't connected this properly when I, oops. Okay. So let's just kind of, okay, so I'm gonna pretend that all of this is this type of concrete instead of, yeah, that's about right. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the rest like that. And one other thing that we have, as you probably saw it there, is this plow over here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep this plow. Bringing it here, I think it has collision that comes off it way out type of thing. So driving it on the road, if you're anywhere near anything, it kind of just grabs onto everything that you drive by. So we still have our herbicide and our liquid fertilizer over here. Obviously these fields have just been plowed and nothing else, so there's nothing in them. Looks like they're fertilized. So yeah, and the other field, as you saw, it's just weeds, nothing else. Okay, we haven't oh, we've got weights, obviously we haven't picked a combine, so I'll show you. I did download a few case combines. Wow, I didn't realize how cheap this one was. So we got 7,000 liters, 7.3, 7.3, 7.2. So I went to town on combines, didn't I? You know what? You can't ignore the fact that the price. I obviously haven't changed the price on them, so it's whatever it modder or whoever designed them or whoever uploaded them onto Mod Hub is, that's how much I got to pay for them. Okay, so I didn't realize that the case, they came up with so much so many different headers. So you got 13 meters. I don't think 9 meters, 6 meters. I want one that you can kind of 9 meters for 70,000, 10.6, 12. Do I dare go for a 12? It's design standard. Yeah, why not? That looks good. Okay. So this is more expensive than the actual combine itself. Okay, what I've done is I've leased a tree remover, and I've removed the trees from in front of my house, where I've removed the trees from here as well. I haven't really decided what we're going to do here, but I'm most likely going to put a shed over here with time, or who knows, I may just end up extending that little bit over there. So let's see if I can put another shed over here, if it's not going to collide with anything. That like that. That's good enough. If I ever need to, I can always put another shed next to the house. Did we kind of at least get close enough to matching it? Okay, don't want to do that. Let's try making it smaller. Okay, all right, that looks all right. I should have checked out to see how much money this actually cost. I realized that I did say that the purpose of all of this was to build money and move across. And it's still that purpose, so we're still gonna aim to do that. I think we just kind of got a little bit sidetracked since I had to start a new map, since it kind of got a bit see what I mean? With a plow there, it seems to have a very large footprint. I think that makes sense, because you seem to just drive past it and you're not anywhere near it to be hitting it, and boom, all of a sudden you're hitting it. Mind you, this truck seems to be doing the same thing. That's the combine that we've just purchased. I just thought I'd give you a bit of a look at what I'm actually doing. So let's get a bit of, what do we want to plant? Corn, sunflower, soybeans, I think. And I believe this is liquid fertilizer, so we'll need to go on this side over here and put some fertilizer in it. Okay. And we'll set it to... We'll put some seed into it as well. Okay, I'll see you when it's all set up. Alright, so we are planting our field number 34, I believe. Yes, it is 34. Okay, so it looks like some of the combine is sticking through the back of the shed, which we obviously need to address. I put her on course play purely because I already planted this once and I didn't want to sit here do it again. And plus, obviously, it's a huge help in doing it that way. I am fertilizing it, even though somehow it was already fertilized, so yeah, but that's okay, not a problem at all. We're going to put soybeans on this field, and we're going to put soybeans on field number 31, I believe, and soybeans or canola, something along those lines. And I'm going to think of something to do on our field number 32 over there, the long field, to see how we're going to progress as far as doing something with that field. Just out of curiosity, could we afford, with the money that we have, to buy another field? Whoa, no, we don't. What's a small field? 22, but they all come in twos type of thing. 5, no, 20. 368,000, just short. 37. 446. We already looked. What about 41? No. What about 8? Still too expensive. What about 4? Still too expensive. What about it? Oh, no. 24? Nope. I don't know why I would buy that. It's $2 million for what? 25? No. 17? No. 8? No, just short. Nope. Okay, so we're pretty much not gonna be able to buy any fields with the money that we have. We're gonna need quite a bit more money, which is fair enough. Fair enough. So we will wait until we deal with all this side of things before we bother with buying anything. So we might as well go and repay some of the loan that we have, since we're not going to be able to really do anything with what we have. That's about the right size of it. At least that way we don't have a loan as well as a you know, we got money but we're paying interest on it for no reason. Okay, planting is almost done. So we're going to get this field planted, and then we are going to fix all the little mistakes that the workers obviously missed. And yeah, get everything organized so we have a nice crop ready to go. We do need to get ourselves into some animals, otherwise we're going to get into trouble. So hopefully the harvesting of this field and all of our other fields will mean that we can get into buying some animals. So yeah, we're kind of debating which way to go there, but it is something for the near future as far as planning is concerned. It will be I'm trying to think, it'll either be cows or sheep, or even horses would be alright. I'm not really doing pigs or farming pigs on the map. It's not really I don't find it worth it, to be really honest. There's just too much work for very little gain. So it will be one of these three, either cows or sheep most likely, but probably horses as well. Alright, so we're done. Okay, let him get to the end, and he's gonna tell me that he's finished, which is good. I'm gonna stop you, get rid of you. Hey, don't do that, because you've not really done that crash of a job. You've missed quite a bit, so we're gonna go and fix it. I realize that what I should have done is made this fields a little bit more, the corners to be more rounded, like it seems to like. The worker seems to prefer the corners to be rounded more than the square type edge as far as the corners are concerned. And it makes sense. It's a lot easier for the worker to deal with that than to deal with the square edges. So let's get this done over here as well. I'm still debating what to do as far as the little bit in between the fields over there. The trees, the fields, what am I saying? The trees over there. I may even put something like sugarcane or poplars or something like that. It may be the only. It is a. I don't think I've ever. Trying to think. I don't think I've ever done poplars or sugarcane on Fs19. Not even out of curiosity. I don't think. I've watched other YouTubers do them, and I could tell that the only reason they were doing it is because obviously to do the machinery on, to put the machinery on screen type of thing. I don't think it's appealing in any way, shape or form. But again, I could be wrong. But like I said, even someone like Dagwin, which seems to put a lot of effort into putting many different aspects of the game onto YouTube, even he hardly ever deals with that side of things. And this is where I think Fs22, hopefully, but from what I've seen so far, I don't think we're going to have this luck. But this is where I think Giants are sort of lacking imagination, in my opinion. Okay, they're putting seasons in, great, but we've had seasons. And I know what people are saying, yeah, but it wasn't part of Giants and so on. But true, it wasn't. But we had seasons all along, so it's not like we were missing out that we didn't have seasons. I believe where Giants kind of needed to improve, it's not his factories, even though, don't get me wrong, it's fantastic. It's the actual playability of the game. A farmer, if you look at farmers, like I like to watch a lot of YouTube videos from real farmers. And if you look at farmers, they do repair their machinery quite a bit. they do spend quite a bit of time in buying parts and so on. And I think this is where Giants have kind of dropping the ball, in my opinion, because all they're doing is something that's been around for donkey's years, like seasons, for example. They just kind of say, oh yeah, it's about time we're going to put it in the game, and you guys should be really, really happy that we're putting seasons in the game. Well, we had seasons all along. It wasn't as if we needed seasons, because we would have been bored to death otherwise. Seasons has been in the game for a very, very long time. I took on a contract. That is why. Where are we? Up here. Field number 44, fertilizing it. So that's what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong. I like the fact that they're taking these things on, and I like the fact that they're doing this. You can't complain. It's fantastic, the fact that they're doing it. But what I think is they're kind of missing out is the making the game more exciting, as in more playable, more exciting to play the game. And that is, you're only going to do that through adding different aspects to the game. If you guys, for people that have sort of played Fs19, if you guys remember Hobbs Farm, I believe, and I wish I could remember the name of the map. It was a German-based map where you actually, if you left your equipment out, thieves would come in and steal your fuel or steal your machinery completely. In Hobbs, you actually had where you had to take your car into the shop in Fs19 and get it repaired, and it would actually give you a damage report to, like, even if you hit something, it would give you a damage report. Okay, it wasn't where the car or the tractor or the truck would actually have dings in it or anything like that, but at least he gave you that look, you gotta take your car in, otherwise you can't use it type of thing, and your car was more than just basic repair. And I think this is where Giants have sort of been dropping the ball since Fs19, because all they're doing is they're just sort of taking on people's other modders' ideas and implementing them into the game, but they're not actually adding to the actual game itself. Okay, it's fantastic that they're doing olives and grapes this time. So, at least that you can say that's fantastic. At least they're adding a different aspect to the game. And it's fantastic that the factories and that side of things will obviously, again, add something to the game. But like I said, for us that have been playing with those things since Fs19, since I started playing Farming Simulator, I don't think they're giving you anything new. It's not like I'm going to say, wow, if I get Fs22, I'm going to get something completely new. There's plenty of maps right now. There's got plenty of factories on it and plenty of production, and I can do grapes right now and different aspects or different fruits, placeable fruit trees and stuff like that. And so it's not something new, but adding something to the game to make it more exciting, in my opinion, would have been far better for them. Like the train. I can't believe that even by the looks of it in Fs22, the train still serves no purpose at all. To me, if I would be the one doing Farming Simulator, I would have added the train onto the main farm. Make the train go through the main farm, so the farmer could use the train or something to that effect, where you could have a train that you can carry 200,000-300,000 liters on it, but if it doesn't go through the farm, it's useless, because it means I've got to put all my crop either in my own silos and then take them to a silo where the train stops. But why would I do that? It just makes absolute no sense. Why would I take the crops out of my silo and take them somewhere else? No one does that. Most players don't have 20 hours a day to play the game. You look, even someone like Dagwin, that's probably making a fortune out of this game, or other YouTubers for that matter. What they're doing is they're playing on the weekend, where they're probably allocating 4 or 5 hours, recording 4, 5, 6 episodes of a particular map, and then adding it onto YouTube, you know, scheduling it in different times apart. Why? Because everybody's time poor these days. So even someone that's making money of YouTube, of Farming Simulator, doesn't have the time to sit there and do that. And to me, this is where Giants are sort of missing out big time. You know, you have certain things that should be improved, like the animals. Who has sheep just for the wool? Sheep have no manure. Sheep have no milk. Yes, they do. They don't have meat. Yes, they do. So why couldn't they have that, to add that to aspect to the animals? Again, you do have butchers and all that as mods right now in Fs19, and we had it in Fs17. I just don't get it why it's not being added into the actual game itself by Giants. To me, that's just missing out, and you're not really comprehending your own product. That's my opinion. And I know it seems harsh, and believe me, I like Farming Simulator, and I do play it quite a lot, and I've played it well before I started to do videos. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think. I think there's so many different aspects that they're sort of mixing out. Why can't you have, for example, the spraying that I'm doing? If you watch any real farmer, just out of the blue, a nozzle breaks. And they have to stop, and then they have to go and sometimes buy the part. Why, for example, couldn't you, right now, a nozzle or two out of the spray just break? And that would force me to stop right now, get into my ute or car or truck or whatever, go to the shop, which can be the machinery shop, and buy that nozzle, and then come back next to the machine and just press a button to install that nozzle back on. You know, a plow, why couldn't it break? Even if they, for example, couldn't really do the actual animation of it breaking. Why couldn't, even if it's just electronic, if it's just for the fun of it, hey, your plow broke, you need to go buy whatever, and then you go to the shop and buy that. Or you could order a mechanic to come and fit that for you, in which case you might have to wait 5 or 6 or 7 hours and so on. I don't know, am I asking too much? Am I getting too close to reality and it's just not possible? But you see other games out there, you know, that it's amazing the things that they do and the things that they can do. So I don't know, I don't think it would be impossible. Look at cattle and crops. There's certain aspects that Farming Simulator needs to learn from that. Yeah, cattle and crops, in my opinion, went too far, where you know, the game becomes so complex that you need to have tutorials after tutorials to remember how to do something. But if cattle and crops would sort of drop it back a little bit, and Farming Simulator would sort of add a few things, in my opinion, the game would be a lot more enjoyable, a lot more playable. But again, just my opinion. Looking forward to see how you guys see all this. I look at the comments, and all the YouTubers are supposedly extremely exciting and all that sort of stuff. And look, it could be that it's true, and they are truly excited, and they're truly loving what they're seeing. But to me, it just seems like I don't know, they're just saying the right things so Giants doesn't get offended. But if you don't offend them a little bit by telling them the truth, you know, we're always going to get these add-ons that they add to the game that you've had for donkey's years. So, you know, they do need... I watched one on the Q&A, and I did write in there. Well, they were making it sound like, wow, this is all brand new to Farming Simulator, the production. And I said in my comments there, I said, no, it's not brand new. It's been a while. It's been out since Fs15. And a lot of people then said, oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's been around. And I think we need to sort of... we're spending $60, $70, $80, $90 for this game. And they need to be accountable to actually do something that actually makes the game totally different from Fs13 to 22. But let me know. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm expecting too much. Let me know what you think. I'd be really, really surprised for you the very few followers that I have, which, by the way, I thank you very much for supporting my channel. I'd be curious to see how you guys see this, what I've just said. Maybe you'll tell me, Claude, Redeem, you're completely wrong, which is fine. I could be completely wrong, or maybe you agree. So look forward to see what you say. Anyway, we'll do a bit of a time lapse of the little bit that we have left over.